The Anxious Generation is a thought-provoking and timely exploration into the rising levels of anxiety among children and adolescents today. Authors Jonathan and Jennifer Lane delve into the underlying causes of this growing epidemic of anxiety in young people, examining the psychological, societal, and environmental factors that have contributed to the decline in resilience and emotional well-being among today's youth. At the heart of the book is the author's assertion that today's children are facing unprecedented challenges that previous generations did not have to contend with, making it increasingly difficult for them to cope with the normal stresses of growing up. The book provides a compelling analysis of how modern culture, technology, parenting styles, and societal expectations have led to a generation of young people who are more anxious, more vulnerable, and less equipped to handle failure or adversity. However, the authors also offer a solution, focusing on what parents, educators, and communities can do to reverse this trend and help children build resilience, emotional strength, and coping skills. Understanding the rise of anxiety in today's youth. The book begins by explaining the alarming rise in anxiety and mental health issues among children and adolescents. Statistics are cited showing that anxiety disorders have become the most common mental health condition among young people, surpassing even depression. According to the authors, many factors contribute to this phenomenon, and it's not just one thing causing the increase in anxiety levels. 1. The impact of technology and social media. One of the key factors the Lanes highlight is the pervasive influence of technology, especially social media. The authors argue that constant connectivity, social comparison, and the pressure to present a perfect life online have put unprecedented stress on young people. Social media platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok encourage comparisons to unrealistic standards of beauty, success, and popularity, often leading to feelings of inadequacy and isolation. The constant bombardment of information, notifications, and images also affects the developing brain, making it difficult for kids to focus and increasing levels of stress. The addictive nature of screens, with their tendency to stimulate the fight-or-flight response in young people, is another significant factor contributing to anxiety. 2. Parenting styles and the rise of helicopter parents. Another factor contributing to the rise of anxiety in children is the shift in parenting styles over the past few decades. The Lanes discuss the phenomenon of helicopter parenting, where parents are overly involved in every aspect of their children's lives, often attempting to protect them from any hardship or failure. While the intention behind this kind of parenting is usually positive, to keep children safe and ensure their success, the authors argue that it inadvertently deprives children of the opportunities they need to develop resilience and problem-solving skills. When children are shielded from failure, conflict, or discomfort, they never learn how to cope with challenges or setbacks. As a result, they grow up more anxious and less confident in their ability to manage stress or adversity. 3. The pressure to achieve and perfectionism. In addition to the influence of social media and overprotective parenting, the authors point to societal pressures that have contributed to anxiety levels among young people. Today's children are often expected to excel academically, athletically, and socially. The drive to succeed in every area of life, whether it's getting straight A's, making the varsity sports team, or being accepted into a prestigious college, can create overwhelming pressure. The authors suggest that this intense pressure to perform leads to perfectionism, which is closely linked to anxiety and fear of failure. In today's hyper-competitive society, many children fear disappointing their parents or failing to meet expectations. This fear leads to chronic stress and anxiety, making it difficult for kids to relax, feel content, or find joy in their accomplishments. For the decline in social skills and face-to-face interaction. The Lanes also explore how the decline in face-to-face social interactions has contributed to rising anxiety levels. With more time spent on screens and less time spent engaging in person, children today are missing out on the important social skills that are developed through real-life interactions. The inability to navigate social dynamics and form meaningful relationships can contribute to feelings of loneliness, isolation, and anxiety. What parents can do about it, practical solutions. While the authors paint a concerning picture of the current state of youth mental health, The Anxious Generation is ultimately a hopeful and action-oriented book. The Lanes provide practical tools, strategies, and advice for parents, educators, and caregivers who want to help children navigate their anxiety and build resilience. One encouraging risk-taking and failure. One of the core principles the authors advocate for is the importance of allowing children to fail and experience disappointment. The Lanes emphasize that failure is not something to be feared or avoided, but something to be embraced as a natural and essential part of life. Parents are encouraged to stop overprotecting their children from failure and to allow them to take risks, whether in school, sports, or personal relationships. When children learn to handle failure, they develop the resilience and problem-solving skills necessary to manage future challenges. 2. Promoting emotional intelligence and self-regulation. Another key strategy in the book is teaching children emotional intelligence, EI. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions, as well as the ability to empathize with others. The authors highlight that children who have strong emotional intelligence are better equipped to handle stress, build meaningful relationships, and navigate challenges. Parents are encouraged to model emotional intelligence by managing their own emotions in healthy ways, talking openly about feelings, and teaching children how to regulate their emotions when they feel anxious or upset. Mindfulness techniques and deep breathing exercises are also suggested as ways to help children calm down in moments of stress. 3. Setting boundaries and encouraging unstructured play. The book emphasizes the importance of setting boundaries, both in terms of screen time and expectations. The Lanes recommend limiting exposure to social media and encouraging children to spend more time outdoors, engaging in unstructured play, and cultivating hobbies that promote creativity and relaxation. By giving children the space to engage in free, unscheduled activities, parents can help them develop a sense of independence, self-sufficiency, and creativity, qualities that foster resilience. For building strong support networks. The Lanes also stress the importance of building a strong support network for children, whether it's through family, friends, or community organizations. Having a strong support system can help buffer the effects of stress and provide children with the emotional resources they need to face challenges. Encouraging children to build and maintain positive friendships, as well as teaching them how to seek support when they need it, is key to combating anxiety. The role of schools and communities in addressing anxiety. While The Anxious Generation is primarily aimed at parents, the authors also explore how schools and communities can play a role in addressing the anxiety crisis. They advocate for schools to integrate emotional wellness programs, mindfulness practices, and mental health resources into their curricula. By fostering environments where children feel safe, supported, and understood, schools can become vital partners in helping children build emotional resilience. Conclusion: creating a more resilient generation. In conclusion, The Anxious Generation is a call to action for parents, educators, and communities to take a proactive approach to combating the rise of anxiety in children. The Lanes highlight the critical importance of fostering emotional resilience, encouraging risk-taking and failure, and providing children with the tools they need to manage stress in a healthy way. By shifting the focus from perfectionism to emotional intelligence, from protection to empowerment, we can help today's youth navigate the pressures they face and create a generation of young people who are more resilient, less anxious, and better equipped to thrive in an increasingly complex world.